Hi everyone, I'm Elmanita Yana. Today I want to talk about tolerance. In life, we don't just live alone. Many people around us certainly have many differences, such as physical, race, religion, and character. Tolerance plays an important role so that we can live peacefully and harmoniously in the midst of the condition of a society that has a variety of types because inevitably we need their help as well. First of all, we need to know that what that does tolerance means. The word tolerance has its ancient roots, stemming from the Latin tolerantia, which means to endure. Tolerance then means that you endure something that you don't like or find unpleasant. From a social standpoint, it means not interfering with your neighbor's choices, whether it's their religious beliefs or their fondness for eating rice with watermelon. Tolerance can also mean a willingness to accept beliefs and behavior that are different from our own with something that we might not agree or approve. Tolerance is the attitude of respect for others to carry out rights. Therefore, we must mutual respect because human can feel happy when they live with the others. People cannot live without the help of others. We can get many benefits from tolerance, such as you may meet someone who you thought at first you might dislike and end up being their friend. You may learn something new, increase your culture about the world by learning different ways of thinking. You may learn to express your ideas better by teaching them to something who not always thinks the way you do. You practice patience and respect, virtues that make us better people. You avoid problems since you do not criticize or attack other people. You become an example for others. In a world where it is necessary to improve our relations with others, your positive and welcoming attitude will make you a kind and easy person. You will enjoy greater inner peace, and the last is you'll be healthier. It has been proven that a positive and calm attitude helps you to have better health. But there are still many people who are intolerant in life around, especially in commenting on social media. Proven by the existence of Microsoft researchers shows that Indonesian netizens are disrespectful. Intolerance itself has meaning not enduring what you dislike and seeking to harm it. Whether you're persecuting someone, prohibiting a practice, or punishing a set of beliefs. What cause of intolerance in society? Tolerance involves respect for individual autonomy, which is the idea that people's minds and lives can be different from our own. We may disagree with their practices and beliefs, but we tolerate them, just as we want others to tolerate our own beliefs. It seems simple, yet tolerance is hard, both intellectually and emotionally. Because of that, humans frequently fail the tolerance test, whether it's racial, religious, ethnic, or political tolerance, resulting in mayhem and massacres. Then, should we tolerate intolerance? Drawing the boundary of what should be tolerated is not always easy. One question that immediately arises is whether ideas that are intolerant should themselves be tolerated. This challenge was given the name the paradox of tolerance by Karl Popper, an influential Austrian philosopher of natural and social science. During the rise of authoritarianism, in 1930s and 1940s. Unlimited tolerance must lead to the disappearance of tolerance. He wrote in his 1945 book, The Open Society and Its Enemies. If we extend unlimited tolerance even to those who are intolerant, if we are not prepared to defend a tolerant society against the onslaught of the intolerance, then the tolerance will be destroyed and tolerance with them, which means that people with tolerance have no preparation in the face of challenge of the number of intolerant people, then they will lose and be destroyed, so that there will be a normalization of intolerance. But how do we determine the limits of what can be done, said, or believed? Should the expression of abhorrent views be legally protected speech? A madman arguing to kill all members of an ethnic group may be considered a repulsive extremist, but they could also become a political leader or even a head of state, even a democracy, with the power to enforce those ideas by convincing others through their speech to agree with them. How do we respond to this philosophical challenge? There are three reasons to think prohibiting speech is not a good response to this challenge. To start, a principled distinction must be made between speech and action. There is a world of difference between holding terrible views and acting upon them. Secondly, prohibiting speech, even when it is repulsive, can backfire by giving it attention and undeserved allure in certain communities. Lastly, very truly the case of the majority of members of society were primed to act intolerantly and with violence against others. A prohibition against speech is an insufficient remedy against the evil. A better approach is to stigmatize intolerant speech, not to ban it. Toleration may seem like a cold and impassioned response to hatred, but tolerance requires endurance, not warmth. In a free society, we cannot imprison white supremacists or Nazis for merely articulating their beliefs. Treating such views with cold revolution, however, is a strong strategy. Social shaming is a powerful tool, but we should be thoughtful in how we use it. We need to avoid the common internet rap discussed by author and attorney Mike Godwin, that everyone online who disagrees with you is Hitler. When we apply labels too easily, it's hard to distinguish truly repugnant views. Intolerance has been with us for centuries. The causes are complex, but the way to solve it, or at least minimize it, is to better understand individuals and other societies. Only then can we create a peaceful, tolerant, and more collaborative future. For me, we shouldn't tolerate intolerance, because as time goes on, there will be a normalization of intolerance, where it's not a good thing. People's life will be divided. Other than that, a peaceful and harmonious life will not materialize. We, as a part of society, must try to tolerate the differences that exist, because differences themselves will always exist and that complements us. I think that's enough for me. If there are any mistakes, please forgive me. Thank you and see you!